All right, that's going. All right, welcome back, everybody, for another episode of Triggered. We had some craziness going on tonight, so our guest that was supposed to be on, there might have been some miscommunication or something. It's okay. We're still going to Charlie Mike.
Yep.
Um, so we're continuing on. Um, yeah, so I apologize right now, right up front. I have a wicked migraine, so I apologize if I'm not fucking rainbows and unicorn shit like normal. Um, but yeah, so yeah, go ahead, Zach. You take it away, man.
Yeah. Glad to be back on the show. We're gonna get into the Veterans Housing Coalition. Tony and Steph did some great stuff over the past weekend. Um, they are doing backpacks for heroes. Is that what it is?
Pretty much. So, we teamed up again. Our I shouldn't say sponsor. Our supporter this season this year is going to be the Veteran Coalition Housing. That helps out homeless vets and also helps out taking vets from the service that are transitioning vets into civilian life again. And if they don't have housing, if they don't have this other or whatever it is, they house them, train them in a sense with school education and the networks to transfer into the real world life, the civilian life again. And it helps a lot. So I got a call from Michelle Straight, who is amazing. She's done amazing work with these guys, VCHC. And she says, hey, I just contacted Ralph Lauren, like the clothing company. They're donating a bunch of jackets for clothes to give out to homeless vets and vets who need it. So I said, okay, awesome. This is amazing. How can we help? So she ended up giving us two huge boxes of jackets, Ralph Lauren jackets. They're very, very warm. Here's one right here. I know it's got the fray little hat, but they're very, very warm. They're actual winter jackets. It's not just hoodies, which a lot of people I know up here in New York, even myself, that's why I actually snagged one up because I don't have a jacket. And living where we live, brother, you know how that goes.
Oh, jeez.
You got to have something. Today was
Yeah.
50 and tomorrow might be 20. You don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
Definitely. It's like Fort Drum. You get every season in a week, and it can go from you know 80 in the motor pool to out in the field it's -30.
exactly. And it's range day too. So, of course, you'll be outside for
Oh yeah,
40.
of course it's gonna snow.
Yeah. So we ended up getting that. So we're going to be handing those out to any vets in need. And if you're watching across the country, across the world, it's just not here in Schoharie County. Of course, here in Schoharie County, we have a very, very tight knit vet community, but we want to reach out more. We want to try to help as many as we can. Yep. And we have someone saying it is warm in New York, upstate New York. Today was definitely warm. That's
Yeah,
okay.
I'm surprised I didn't see any
Awesome.
motorcycles out today.
I so I told Steph, I'm like, huh, maybe I'll ride to the shop tomorrow. And she's like, the fuck you will. Like, no, it's still frozen. Jeff, thank you. We'll definitely get you on, man.
Yeah, definitely. We'll have to
It has
schedule
been,
again.
yeah, it's
We
been
got
a
a
logistical tornado.
we got a jam packed schedule as of right now. So we'll get you in.
Yes, because I got to get caught up
Tony
in
is
some of these movies too.
Tony is the logistics guy, so he will schedule everything in. I do, Jeff. Not to get off topic, but I kind of do
Yep.
quite a bit. Um, the new the new Batman. I
Mm,
heard it's like 2.5 hours long, so kind of want to get into that. Anyways, we'll
yeah,
we'll do that another time. So
absolutely.
Tony, what so she's doing the jackets, and
Yep.
it's for basically upstate New York, basically, right? Is
For the
where
most part, to help out as close as we can, close or local, and then we're branching out to help out regional, statewide, northeast, and then the rest of the country, rest of the world where our soldiers are at, our service members. And again, it doesn't matter what branch you're in. We want to try to help out as many vets as we can. And that's also
Well,
why we're
except for the
doing
Coast Guard.
Coast Guard. You know, the little pond hoppers. But no, they're all brothers and sisters. You know, it's a great thing. On top of that, too, this company, and I'll show it in a second. Backpacks for Life. They're out of New Jersey. They get these awesome SOG backpacks. They buy them, pack them filled with men and female backpacks, male and female. I hate saying it, guys, but there is only two genders. So if you get offended, well, go fuck
Yep.
yourself. So you have these two backpacks, two variations, one for males, one for females, packed with things that you need, whether you're homeless, whether you're going to the field, things of that such. So let me show you right now. They're beautiful. They are black. They got the little tags in the way here. The BFL, Backpacks for Life. And again, they're down stationed in New Jersey, and packed filled with these without selling it or anything like that or trying to sell it. They're packed filled with pretty much a hygiene kit and some other stuff as well, washcloths, things like that. So it really helps a lot. I'm really excited.
I need to get one of those.
Yeah, I mean, I remember being in the field and stuff like that. And Zach, you can say overseas, you know, how important just toothpaste, toothbrush, baby wipes, like how important those things are.
Well, not even that. So if you go back, when did they the ACU pattern?
Mid 2000s, I think it was.
Yeah. And then they went to the new one.
The OCPs, yep. And now they have a new one.
The OCP. So yeah, so if you go back to the ACU, BDU, ACU era, imagine the rucksacks that you had. So the big rucksacks with the ACUs pattern.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, you can get them in the OCPs, but overseas we didn't have the big rucksacks.
Right. They were like
that we carried around. It was more of a rolly bag, so it was the deployment bag. So it was just a rolly bag on wheels. It's kind of like something you take to, you know, the airport or something like that. But for the ruck march, it was the smaller rucksacks. It was a little longer than a backpack, but it was a lot better. Better on the back. Mm-hmm. Plus, a lot of people didn't know how to wear the rucksacks.
That is so true.
Man, it's kind of like if you're in the fire department, fire service, you know, it's the same way you wear a Scott pack is the same way you wear a rucksack.
Absolutely. It's so true. I mean, rocking that, I love this. The BDU sounds like an STD I picked up one time. Pretty much
it was an STD.
Yeah.
You look like an STD in a BDU.
But it's true. It's like properly wearing them. But the thing was, I realized with myself was like, you have so many variations of body types that none of the rucks would fit anybody correctly. You know, you try to do little things here and there to try to make it easier, roll a towel in your, you know, all this different stuff, but it doesn't help. I mean, when you're rucking 60, 70, 80 pounds, whatever it is for 15 miles, and a lot of people forget too, you know, you see these guys on TV and the movies and all that, and they have the big rucksacks and carrying their stuff. We had to make certain time hacks. We had to march, you know, 15 miles in 2 hours. We had to make, you know, certain miles versus time. So it just wasn't just wearing it. Like you were moving, which was a great thing, but that weight adds a lot, bro. I mean, it's insane to.
But it was different though. I mean, because if you look in a movie and you look in real life, there is a lot of people put it out as, you know, like when you're going on a ruck march in the Army, this is what you got to pack.
You're packing.
Some pack it. Some put it all in there. Some don't. I'm not gonna lie. I never put it all in there.
I packed what I needed.
I'm a small guy. If I fall over like that, I look like a turtle. So it's not. But like with the SOG backpacks, that SOG backpack was the same size as the rucksacks we had overseas.
Yep.
So that can carry, which is great that they pack it for men and women. But that's all you need to carry your essentials, your hygiene bag, your extra pair of socks, your extra pair of underwear, extra pair of shirt, extra pair of pants, whatever. That all will fit in there.
Oh, absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
it
We call some of the
it
guys I look in here. Some of the guys.
it's a great thing.
Yeah, I apologize. I just cut you off, Zach. My bad, man. It kind of lagged a little.
No, it's all right. It's all right.
Some
it's
of the
lagging, so it
it is. It's worse in teams, I tell you sometimes. So some of these backpacks we looked in actually have like warm handers. Wow, hand warmers, to keep the hand and feet warm. There's a lot of cool stuff, which is really awesome because that's that small stuff that really makes a difference when you're out in the wild. Without throwing any names out here, we have vets out here who do live next to a pond, who do live in the woods, because they want to live that way. And just if they have that extra little bit, even if they don't want to come into a shelter or do anything like that, that little bit could help them. And they're doing that stuff because it's their own mindset, their own mental health, whatever it is. But knowing maybe they can sleep one more night and be able to be comfortable a little bit more. I'm very fortunate. You're very fortunate. We have heat. We have electricity. In comparison to most of my schoolmates, they think I live off the grid now 100%. Yeah, for now. But shit, I'll cut down a tree and we can burn some shit. I don't care, but we can figure it out. But, a lot of these vets, especially the younger ones who've never had to really struggle, they come out of the service and they don't really understand, like, you did, let's say 6 years or 4 years, even your basic time, 3 years. I don't know what the average contract is now. Because a lot's changed over the past 2 years since I got out. But they get out and your mind's totally different. Like you have a different mindset, you have a different way of life, and it is very difficult to transfer out. And that transformation process. Oh shit! I think someone died. No, I'm just kidding, guys. Fucking cats again. From episode 1 to episode now, the cats are still a thing. But yeah, it's that transformation that's very difficult at times. Even myself and Zach definitely chime in on this. Like your transformation coming from the Army and being overseas to civilian life. I mean, I know we've touched on it before, but like, what were some of the struggles you went through, man?
Well, it all comes down to command. So. And I am going to put it on all command shoulders because that's where it lands, is command. Yes, you as an individual in the Army, there is certain criteria that you have to do yourself. Not everybody's going to do it for you, but if you don't have those steps already planned, you're going to have a rough time. If command doesn't help you on your way out, they don't want to see you go out, but if they don't help you get to the point where you need to be, they don't, a lot of people think these classes, death by PowerPoint, are a joke, but I thought they were a joke in the beginning, go to drill or whatever, and then you sit there for fucking 4 hours and it's all death by PowerPoint. You sign the same SGLI every fucking drill, and for what? But you got to look at the big picture. They're put in place, and they have the same people come in and talk about one of the classes. It was an iceberg class. I don't know if you've heard of the iceberg. There's iceberg classes that
with us it was the iceberg, and then it was like what they called SFL, which was like kind of a transformation of it. So it's that changing of the Army. I don't know what Marines and Air Force and they do, but yeah, it's the same pretty much steps of moving forward.
But it's kind of like it's like 85-15. Like, well, yeah, we'll go with 85-15. Like, you're the 85%. You have to do the 85%.
Yep.
and then the military will do their 15%, maybe. But you have to take the next step into your hands. The Army's not going to be there forever. There are some
Right.
people that are in the Army forever.
And
When I
bless them.
joined, there's a 40-year-old E4.
Mm.
And it's kind of tough when you're in a position and you can't rank up because you have that E4 holding a position that he doesn't need to hold the position anymore. Yeah,
Right.
don't get me wrong, he was a great guy, but he was a bag of shit at the same time.
Right.
I'm just going
Getting
to be
away with what
completely
he could.
honest. He was a bag of shit.
Yeah.
So you gotta take the steps to make not only yourself financially stable you know if you have a wife, if you have a kid, whatever. Um, Go to the VA if you have to.
Hmm.
Um, Myself, I didn't go to the VA. I don't trust the VA. I don't like the VA. I understand they're getting better, but that's just my mindset. Um,
Yeah.
and nobody's going to change that unless you hand me over
I
$50 million,
know,
then I
man.
might change my mind.
Yeah. No,
So,
I feel you.
but like I said, if you take the right steps, and the military will fail you. Don't get me wrong. They
Hmm.
will fail you, but it's not necessarily a failure on their part. It's both parties involved that it's a failure.
Agreed.
You failed yourself by not taking charge, and you blame it on the Army that they failed you,
Right.
and vice versa.
Yeah.
So the Army looked at it like, well, I gave you the stuff, but you never did it, so you failed us.
Yeah.
We didn't fail you. And that's a lot that they use all the time, is that you failed yourself. I can't imagine how many times I've heard that, not just basic training, not just in the unit. I've heard other units overseas say the same thing, that you failed yourself.
We
Uh,
gave you all the steps and you
range day.
decided not to walk. Yeah.
Range day. A lot of people don't understand what it takes to zero and qualify. Zero and
Yeah.
qualify, your sight picture, your breathing, your trigger squeeze. A lot of that comes into play, and if you don't have all three of those things on the same page,
Absolutely.
yeah, you might be a good shot, but you're gonna stay sharpshooter, or
Right.
you're not really gonna hit that expert. Um, it's a lot different shooting, a 308, or
Absolutely.
5.56 equivalent 223 at home. Um, it's a lot different qualifying with a military weapon than it is with not proper training.
Agreed.
Um,
That is so
I know
true.
I'm getting off subject, but it's
No, you're good.
if you look at the pattern, the Army gives it to you. The Army gives you every tool that you need to survive, not only in the military but outside of the military. Um, and it I kind of look back at it now. you know um, I wish I paid more attention. um, I might not be in spots that I'm in now, but that's my own fault. It is what it is. There's
Same here,
I
man.
can't go back and change it. um, I can only just keep pushing forward, keep Charlie Mike, keep going.
Yep.
And that's something that you know you have to um, let other people know, is it's okay.
Hmm.
um, like, so if you, like, the homeless vet situation, no vet should be homeless.
Agreed.
And you don't know their situation. um, and it's just like a post I put on Facebook, and it kind of, if you sit there and think about it, it's, if they never walked in your shoes, don't let them tell you how to tie your laces.
Yep.
And it's, you don't know what they've been through. You don't know the situation that they're in. Um, they could have been living at home. Their parents died, and they can't afford a house.
Right.
They never had a chance when they got out. Um, they fell into drugs and alcohol, which is 90%.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were so used to getting 3 hots in a cot, and then they made bail, and then what do? You go to jail. Half the people that go to jail, maybe their family disowned them.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. No, that's very true, man.
you know
Very
you,
true.
you look at any homeless person. It doesn't even have to be a vet.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't even have to be a vet. You look at any homeless person, and there's a video out there that I'm gonna find, and I'm gonna post it to our Facebook page. Um, it it doesn't really matter what their past is. Um, if you give these vets or homeless people a shot, they'll surprise you. They
Oh
will
yeah.
definitely surprise you. I mean, they're 100% street smart. I can tell you that.
Oh yeah.
But you can't look at somebody on the outside. I've done it. I
Oh,
still
yeah.
do it to this day. I judge everybody, but
Yep. That's just human nature, though. I mean, that's that first impression. You're driving down the road and you look at, let's just say some guy who may look like me but looks dirty. Oh, look at that bum. But you
yep,
don't know his past. You don't know what he's gone through. Or maybe, I know here in Millburg, it's amazing. You would be surprised how many millionaires we have in Schoharie County, and they look just like me. You
yep,
know, basic clothes, basic, not even thinking anything of it. And they're worth 20 times as your whole entire family put together is worth.
yep.
Um, and they're like, I love the judge here in Millburg. I mean, and I'll just call out, he's amazing. The
He's
dude is
awesome.
20. He's real talk. And he drives probably I want to say it's like a 1980s Chevy Celebrity or Caprice. I can't remember.
I think it's a celebrity.
And it's this huge, blue boat of a car. And on the back, he has that tape and it says, at least it's paid for.
Yep,
But what he invests in not only was himself, but he has guitars, he has other cars, antique cars, motorcycles, all these sorts of things. And he just loves life. And, just because they have $1 million or $1 trillion, or doesn't mean they need the newest, fanciest cars and newest, fanciest clothes. It's amazing to see how humble they are. And like you said, Zach, if you were just to see one of these guys, like the
yeah,
judge, walking down the road, you'd be like, oh, okay, he's just an old dude doing his thing. Look at the old beat up car.
yep,
You won't realize like what he's gone through or what he's done or some of the stories. And I think that's one thing I love about the markets. And just, I hate saying, but even going to Stewart's and talking with some of these old vets from the Legion and VFW is just the stories they tell us. And like, wow, like they have way bigger balls than I do. I mean, these dudes literally have come off some of these ships in World War II on stormed Normandy, France, and survived. There's
yep.
just a whole bunch of different stuff that are just amazing. And it's a good time to hear these stories, but it makes you realize how lucky we are to have them to lead the way so that we could lead behind them. And then hopefully our generations downwards can look at us and say, wow, those guys are pretty badass for the shit they did. Like you said, sighting in an M4A1 or sighting in a 249 or,
Yeah,
my personal favorite, the old 50 caliber, the Mark 19. It's
yep,
not just, like you said, at home with your home rifle or your home shotgun. Okay, I can hit a target, good to go. I can shoot a deer. Like these are certain militarized weapons that we use to kill. And we have
yeah.
them pinpointed where if you are not pinpointed, you're not going to qualify.
And it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier because there's a lot of people that don't know how to use iron sights.
I qualified better, surprisingly, on my iron sights than I did with my red dot.
Yeah,
It was weird, but
yep,
it happened. But then
yeah.
once I got the ACOG, then I was like, oh, this is money
It's
right here. I
over.
like my
It's
ACOG.
over.
Yeah. But yeah,
But
just basic iron sights.
it's back to the basics. And
Yep.
but I mean, the whole Veterans Housing Coalition
Yeah.
It's amazing what they do if you take time to look into what they do. All the Michelle is just absolutely hands down amazing with what she does
She is.
with that group. And I mean, she's posting every day. She's not lazy
Constant
by
hustle.
all means. She's always making shit happen in the backpacks and the coats. It's
Yeah. I mean, her food
we
drives
may
and
not.
everything.
Yeah, you may not see it around here so much in Schoharie County, but um uh because Schoharie County does take care of their veterans, I can tell you that.
They do.
Eileen Fisher,
I was
she
just gonna say that, brother. I
I
talked to you for like 2 hours today, bro. Go ahead. You got this.
I
I'm just gonna
Eileen
walk away now. I'm done.
Eileen Fisher is just
Yes.
absolutely amazing, and she
She
is she does so much for the veterans.
Yep.
So I've known her, God, I don't know, 10,
She said
15
since you were
years.
like yay high, like
ever since my dad was in the Colville Fire Department. It's I've known her my whole life.
Yep.
And she will bend over backwards for a veteran, and
Absolutely.
like literally bend over backwards for a veteran.
Yep.
She'll help you whatever you need. She'll give you all the resources. It's the military all over again. They'll give you the resources. It's on you to do it.
Absolutely.
And that's where the 85% comes in. Is you have to do it. You can't sit on your ass and oh well you can't. And it also brings me to a point where what's his name? Chris.
Oh,
Celeste.
Oh, Chris Celeste. Yes, Chris Celeste and Liam. Yep.
Chris Celeste and before I get into that, I was looking at his Facebook page and I didn't know he knew so many people that I know, like my cousin Nikki.
Well, he's Stephanie's cousin.
Mr. Miller. Mr. Miller was my he was like the fucking hall monitor at the high school.
Yep.
But anyways, it's like if you take a look at what Chris and Liam have done with their life, they didn't sit back and oh well, boo-hoo me and boo-hoo this. They went out and they
no
they
excuses
did something.
to do it.
And that's what you have to do. Yes, there are certain circumstances that you cannot control. I get that, but you're not doing anything for yourself if you're just a fucking pity party all day long, and having your hand out. And
yep, it's a huge saying I like to say. I don't like giving handouts. I like giving hand ups. You know. But yeah, man. I mean, Chris and Liam. There's so many people that we're networked with. Not only on the podcast, but in real life too. I mean, to separate the podcast but our actual lives, and they're amazing. Eileen, I was going to bring her up tonight. I know she's watching, because I talked with her today for a good 2.5, 3 hours about different things we can get going for the county and this, that, and the other. And it's amazing. And you are spot on. She will do anything to help vets out. We got about a minute left, maybe a little bit less. Yep. Yeah. 1 minute left.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, big shout outs to her as our VOS or VSO.
Yes.
Sorry. VSO out here in Schoharie County. But if you guys need anything worldwide, she'll definitely help you in the right direction.
Yep.
VCHC, Michelle Strait, thank you so much for all you've done. We want to reach out and help other vets and other people, first responders as well. It's not just them, everyone and anyone. If we can help you, let us know. So coming up on our schedule, we have next week, Separate Hua podcast is coming on. We're going to reconnect with Chapi on Disgruntle Vets. If you have not visited their site, go check it out. I got it right here. They're doing a Chapi challenge of what gets you through a day. What is your therapy? On top of that, we also are doing huge things with logistics in the sense of like getting new guests on. We're going to have Jeff from MCU, The Bleeding Edge. He's going to be on as well. We were on his show. Soldier Hard, Redcon 1, you guys are doing great stuff as well. So big shout out to you guys. My boy Luca Brasi, always grinding and working his ass off as well. I mean, there's so many people that we can name. It's just too many. And the outstanding outreach and support that our community has and the networks we've made across the world is amazing. We're still, our last country still is Brazil. So we're at the same amount of countries, still grinding on the States. So guys, if you have not shared and liked our podcast, please send it out. We're working on some new stuff so that hopefully it gets a better outreach to you guys. But yeah.
Yeah, check us out. Spotify, Anchor, iHeartRadio. Check out the Facebook group, Triggered the Podcast. Share it, like it, comment on it. Also, Chris from Front Stairs Talk. Check out his podcast. Raul from Charlie Mike.
Yes.
There's just so Richard Kaufman. Check out him. There's
Brian Talley.
Yep.
We got
Tally
him.
Man. Check him out. Trump 2024. Don't forget. So yeah, there's just too much. So
yeah, it's insane. It's insane. It really is how much our support is. Especially here. Just so you know, Zach, I started new Anchor recording, but we'll wrap it up in a minute or so. Yeah, but again, that's how many people have supported us right from day one. Of course, Lindsay from State Farm. We have Valley
JT
Market,
Cycles,
Cycles, Clockworks.
If you're looking for motorcycle parts, aftermarket parts, check out jtcycleparts.com. Clockworks Windshield, the #1 windshield business in the world. That's getclock.com. You need a windshield for your motorcycle, UTV. You need a speaker system. Check out Hog Tunes. Just so many. Bang Energy, Monster. Jack Link's Beef Jerky. Yes,
definitely. We got huge people now jumping on, and we want to build this community so big that we can't even control it. We want this to be a train that just shocks the veteran community and first responder community. That's the thing that separates us as well, is a first responder community as well. Because as you guys both know, or all know, both me and Zach are firemen. And we both dabbled in the EMS and stuff like that. We both have our own ways of doing EMS because no matter what, all my EMS responders can say what they want, but EMS sucks.
Yes,
underpaid, overrated. But yeah, big shout outs to all you guys backing the blue as well. Thank you guys who put on that shield every day. There has been, last I heard, 32 police line of duty deaths. I think it was.
Yeah, I think so. Let's see. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, something like that.
But yeah, it's just way too many. Because it's just there's just too much bullshit in that sense. But that's a whole nother show we could do.
Yeah, definitely. So one thing I'm gonna leave you guys on with is the way you present yourself.
Yeah.
Your appearance, not only in uniform, doesn't matter what uniform it is. And Tony knows where I'm going with this.
Yep.
This is the one thing that irritates the shit out of me is when you look like a bag of shit in uniform. And I understand the situation, but you're there for your brothers to look good. You're in uniform. Don't look like a bag of ass. Don't.
Right.
So I'm gonna leave you. I'm gonna leave you with this picture why Tony ends the podcast, so you can see it. And I'm not gonna talk anymore. It's circled so you can see what is wrong with everybody.
There we go. There we go, guys.
Fix
and the
yourself.
ones who are just listening audio, Zach has shown up a picture of, I believe it's NYPD.
Yes.
And just the small stuff, the small things like your lapels, your badges, your PC or hat. I don't know what the police call it, or not having your PC on. Just the small stuff like that. I mean, guys, you're supposed to be there to help others out. Come on, do the right thing. Do the right fucking thing.
Fix yourself.
Yeah, unfuck your face, you soup sandwich.
Yeah.
But
all right,
guys.
And as we always say,
stay triggered.